Appreciate your being with us tonight. I know it wasn't easy, so thanks so much. What's going to happen in your county if the bills that the Virginia Democrats are pushing go into effect?
Well, Grayson County is a Second Amendment sanctuary, and if these bills are passed as proposed, I know they can still make some changes on these bills, but if they are passed as proposed, they will not be enforced in Grayson County because they are unconstitutional. We took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Virginia, and that's what we're going to do. We are not going to arrest law-abiding citizens for having guns.
Well, I pressed one of the state Democrat gun control advocates who serves now in the State House last week. He insisted, Sheriff, that guns that are in possession of people now would be grandfathered in, and they wouldn't be forced to be turned over. You wouldn't have to turn your guns over. But that's not what I understand. There's a lot of loosey-goosey language in this in this legislation that would mean you become a felon if you own a particular type of semi-automatic weapon that has a big enough, magazine in it. 10, more than 10, you're in big trouble.
Absolutely. Senate Bill 16 that died in the committee last week, thankfully. But then there's also a House bill to the same effect that could gun grab semi-automatic weapons like the AR-15, which is an Armalite rifle. I mean, that's nothing but a 22 caliber rifle. You know, it's not much more than a squirrel cut. So these high-capacity magazines, why are we telling homeowners that they can't have a high-capacity magazine there to defend themselves in these situations? We hear of cases all the time where we have home intruders coming into residence and they need a high-capacity magazine to be able to defend themselves. A lot of people that are disabled have guns in the home and have to defend themselves.
Sheriff, we sent our Griff Jenkins down there, and he was all through the crowd today. These were people from all parts of the state. They were men, women, ethnically diverse, racially diverse, people who, most of them were carrying their weapons because they were outside the perimeter. But Northam didn't allow anyone to go on the property near the Capitol with their firearm. And also, you can see the crowd, it's much more representative in the overhead shot there. And then they didn't allow drones. I didn't understand that. The FAA said no drones could be flown overhead either, I guess, to take pictures. I didn't even understand that. It seems like they're curtailing everybody's rights going into this rally, almost hoping to tick people off to spark some kind of unrest, but that never happened.
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely was not a state of emergency. I spent several hours in the crowd in uniform with two of my deputies and some of my constituents. We met some of the best people in the country. We ate breakfast this morning with a gentleman from Houston who drove 19 hours just to be here in Virginia to help us protect our Second Amendment rights. We met people from Florida, Pennsylvania, militia groups, people carrying Armalite rifles. Everybody there was armed, and they estimated nearly 60,000 people, yet there wasn't a single person even arrested. And the governor made the statement today that law enforcement did a great job of de-escalating the crowd, and I agree, law enforcement did a great job, but there was no de-escalation needed. Everybody we met there came up to us, shook our hands, and thanked us for being there and standing up for their Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, Sheriff, compare that to the Antifa rallies. What happens at those things, right? I mean, you got people with clubs and cement they're throwing at people and trash everywhere and assaulting people, and the media does a big collective yawn. You guys show up, a huge rally for the Second Amendment, no problems, no trash, no assaults, and you get the sense that the media is unhappy that this happened. I mean, they're unhappy it didn't play up to their stereotype. Sheriff, we're with you all the way. Stay safe out there. Thank you for what you do for the Commonwealth of Virginia and for the cause of the Second Amendment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. The media spent the days leading up to the peaceful gun rights